Greetings and welcome to another edition of The Great Goddess. Praise be to Goddess. Praise be to Goddess. Well, here it is another Wednesday, and today's topic is the March blizzard of 2017. Yes, this year, 2017, we had a March blizzard that dumped 3 to 4 feet of snow on the eastern seaboard. And while I'm not in the middle of it, I'll admit I'm not in the middle of it. I feel for the people who were affected, and I'm sorry for their loss of electricity, loss of home, all the damage that was done, all the down power lines, and the lost cars, and the lost vehicles, and the lost houses that were damaged by the enormous blizzard, this ginormous blizzard. And I just wanted to tell people, I wanted to explain to them why natural disasters like this happen. Now, I've explained this before, but it bears repeating because people wonder why these natural disasters occur and why there's 4 feet of snow and why they have to put up with it. Okay, life on Earth is very dangerous, but it's the danger part of it that enables life on Earth to continue. So let me explain. Earth is in a precarious position in the universe. It's not too far from the sun so that it's too cold, and it's not too close to the sun so that it's too hot. It's just right. It's just right in the middle. And so life on Earth should be perfect, right? Should be the perfect temperature all the time, everywhere. Not necessarily because of the laws of physics. Because of the laws of physics, we have an Earth where the temperature can get way too cold sometimes and way too hot sometimes. And then there's the medium that's in between times. Where it's not too hot and not too cold, medium in between. As those in between times that the Earth was intended for, but the extremes are part of life on Earth. They're part of the conditions of living on this planet, because the conditions of living on this planet are that sometimes it gets too hot and sometimes it gets too cold just because of the laws of physics. So to maintain life on Earth, to keep life on Earth going, sometimes it's got to be too hot and sometimes it's got to be too cold. And sometimes it's got to be just right. Most of the time it's just right. Or most of the time for some people. Most of the time it's not just right in some climates. But it helps maintain the balance of life on Earth. It helps maintain life on Earth that we have these conditions. And so to maintain life on Earth, it has to be cold sometimes so that it won't get too hot. And it's got to be hot sometimes so it doesn't get too cold. So things have to be just right all the time. We don't live on an ice planet, thank goodness. We don't live on a planet full of ice. And we don't live on a barren planet. We live on a planet with oceans teeming with life and the land teeming with life. Or at least that's the way it was before man started meddling and started polluting the atmosphere and the earth. So because of the conditions of physics, now you wonder, who made those laws of physics? Wasn't it Goddess? Couldn't she have made us a perfect Earth to live on? Well, yes, but then we wouldn't have had any challenges or anything that to impede progress in any way. And so We have to have the perfect balance, a balance between too hot and too cold that's just right. And we do have that balance, but that balance means that sometimes it's going to get too hot and sometimes it's going to get too cold. And so, is there a place where it's just right all the time other than Earth? Yes. In paradise, it's just the right temperature all of the time. But paradise is very far away from here, so we don't get to live on a paradise planet. We live on a planet of extremes where it gets too hot and too cold sometimes, and that's because of the laws of physics. So that is why we must live a life with challenges, because those challenges come because we were meant to be challenged by physical life on Earth. We were meant to be challenged by coming into this life. So we have these extremes that we have to contend with. And it's just a part of life. I'm Sarah Jane Alphawolf signing off. Keep up your purification diet and take care.